Hi guys, welcome back to Nintendo Minute. We are here with a very special guest, Captain Dangerous. Oh
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we're so excited to have you.
Excited to be here.
First, we would just love for you to introduce yourself and kind of what you do.
Sure. I have been shooting miniatures and often Nintendo themed figures for about, like 4 years now. Gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. I have been a huge video game collector for my entire life, and I kind of just decided to start photographing them and making little scenes and just fun little happy setups and, you know, capturing them with a camera, and then it kind of turned into creating all these little miniatures, and now it's an obsession.
A really good one.
Yes, very much so.
Not only do you capture scenes, which your photos are just an incredible
Thank you.
Amount of detail, and you know, really tells a lot of story within each of the pictures. But you also, as you were saying, you also make these little miniatures
yes,
too,
absolutely.
which is like, I don't even know how. I don't understand. Can you
And I especially don't know how.
No, you definitely
I'm
don't
the
know
least talented of all of us.
Yeah, and you brought some to show us.
I
some
did.
Of these little miniatures that you've made.
So this is a very teeny tiny Nintendo Switch. I wish the Joy-Cons came off because I think that would be amazing.
Next iteration.
Yes, yes. The problem is though, I feel like if I did that I would lose them instantly. They're so tiny.
Float away like a speck of dust.
If
Yeah.
I sneeze, I guarantee that they would probably disappear.
Yeah.
But this one's probably one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
When I saw this, I could not stop laughing.
I know.
Yes.
A stamp-sized,
Just
like little.
Yeah, it's so cute and tiny. I know this is her favorite. Little Wolf Link. I try to put him in almost all my photos because he's so precious.
I know. And you've been doing a big Breath of the Wild series on your Instagram, and it's just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When Link came out, the Breath of the Wild Link and Android, I actually made him almost like 3 months before he came out because I knew I really wanted Wolf Link to be in it. And then I have something special. One of my very dear friends, her name is
So
Sarah, Legendary Treasures on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
She has made these incredible little Korok buddies. Koroks are my absolute favorite.
Yes.
I love plants, and so they're the best. She made me all these little Koroks, and I often put them in my photos because, again, I love the companions Link has, and that's why I, love these little guys.
So that's really cool that you collaborate with other artists.
Yes, it's actually my favorite thing to do. I've reached out to people I've seen who created some really amazing art, and I've often, asked them like, hey, like, do you I'd love to have a commission. I'd love to use your props or whatever in my photos, and it's so cool to kind of share their art and what they do and incorporate it with what I do. It's really fun.
Something I've seen that's really cool with your photos, it seems like, especially for Zelda, is you like to go out into the world and like into the woods and integrate that into your shooting.
What's really neat is that what I used to do beforehand, before I used to build more sets, I used to actually pack a bag and I'd put my figures in there, like a little container, I'd put them in, my camera and everything, and I would hike out into the woods and look for spots that worked well with photos. Kind of trying to find spots that looked, well, miniature, kind of like, usually moss is a good way to look like miniature grass and stuff.
I'm like looking down because there's like a, we have a cool collection down here.
Let's do Polter Pup.
Oh my gosh,
I am a huge fan of Luigi's Mansion, and I love this little guy.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yes, and his eyes actually glow in the dark, which is like an added little,
I'm very intrigued by these tiny Switch game cases. If you're going to have a tiny Nintendo Switch, you need to have some games.
You need to have the tiny games.
I mean, how do you even begin to do something like this?
The level of detail
here,
is ridiculous.
little Breath of the Wild.
Front and back.
Front and back. Oh yeah, front and back. If I can turn. Gosh, it's so tiny. I'm trying to turn it around.
It's just going to float away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they actually will if you're not careful. I'm, very passionate about making sure stuff is, accurate and that, it looks how it does in the game.
Yeah. And it really just like, even in a still image, it really tells a story because of the level of detail and the amount of work that you put into each image, and even the placement of certain things. You're so meticulous.
Yes,
I really admire that.
That is a blessing and a curse, I will say, because I
spend a lot of time
I will sometimes spend hours on a photo, and I'm just kind of like trying to make sure it's perfect. And before I know, it's like the end of the day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been working on this one photo for like the entire day. I'm so particular to the point I drive myself crazy. All my artist friends out there know what I'm talking about.
They totally know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm looking at little cuckoos that I think is just maybe the cutest little cuckoos.
Roly-polies.
They are. They're so fat.
They have to be fat.
They do. I love them. They're the little adorable terrors of the Legend.
They're vicious.
Yes. Don't do
Be nice.
Yes.
Be
nice to them.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, they're gonna come for you. Yeah.
We were so excited to have you on the show, but we also wanted to ask you to make something special for us.
Yes.
Yes.
It's actually in celebration of
Kirby Star.
Kirby Star
Yes,
Allies.
I'm so excited for the game.
Yeah, I know you're a big Kirby fan, and
Huge
we've seen
Kirby
lots
fan.
of Kirby
Yes,
photos
yes.
on your channel, and we're obviously huge Kirby fans too. So we kind of we asked you to be inspired by Kirby Star
Yes,
Allies and make
yes.
something cool for us.
I did.
You did.
I did.
Delivered.
Yes, I did. It was very, very fun to put together this little set.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to show it off.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that set up
Yes.
and be right back.
All right.
Okay, we changed locations.
Yes, we did.
To make this the star of the video, which is this amazing set that you've built for Kirby Star Allies.
I built this tiny room to basically showcase the hats that Kirby wears in the game and his copy abilities. So we have our fire, our ice, we have our sword, and our little art hat, which is my personal favorite.
So cute.
And of course, Chef Kirby, because we know he loves to eat. He even has his little tiny pan for flipping eggs or whatever.
Flipping little omelets.
Little omelets, yes. And what's cool about this is these are actually magnetic. This figure has a magnet inside him, so all the hats and stuff will fit on top of them. So if I can actually take this off without ruining everything in the set, I will very carefully.
Hold our breath.
Yes.
Oh.
Ta-da! And I even have a little basket of hearts because in the game, that's how you make friends, right?
Yeah, you make
your little
enemies into
allies.
friends
Yes,
by throwing
yes.
like little hearts in
Throwing
them.
love at them.
Yes, so you have Kirby can make like a lot of friends with that basket of hearts.
Oh, heck yeah. For this one in particular, I knew I kind of wanted to display his hats, obviously, and I was kind of trying to figure out, okay, did I want to do like shelves or did I want to do like little lockers with the hats? And then we kind of realized like, oh, well, like hats, like a hat rack.
Oh
so
my
that's
gosh,
kind of why
so
we did
cute.
this, yeah. And but yeah, often what I do is, I kind of have a bit of an idea. I will sketch it out. I will kind of look for references online just to kind of get some inspiration. And then we kind of start sizing stuff out with a lot of this is made of I believe basswood is what this is made of. Yes, we did basswood this, and we hand laid all the little wood floor planks as well. I wanted to make it look as realistic as possible.
So after you kind of create these sets, you also spend a lot of time, like photographing them.
Right.
We talked about like setting them up in just the right way where you can see like the depth and the focus
Yes.
of each photo. So how does that actually work? Because I think what comes out of it is something quite different than just the physical set itself.
Yeah, a lot of times, I get a lot of questions about this actually. I really don't use like studio lighting. I use soft light from like a window. I use natural light as
really cool.
often as I can. Oftentimes I really don't go crazy in Photoshop or anything. One, because, I'll be honest, I'm still learning all the ins and outs of Photoshop because it is a task to take on.
Yes.
But yeah, so I really don't do a ton of editing. I like to keep it as natural as possible.
Really
What would you
amazing.
say are maybe one or two tips for people who want to get into this sort of photography, miniatures or amiibo maybe to help take them to the next level?
Lighting is everything, really. If you really want to make a photo stand out, having either, I really take a lot of photos outdoors too. Also, I would say probably one of the other tips is don't stress yourself out over it, because I have people asking me and they're just like, I'm trying to get him to look this way and all this stuff, and it's like, when you start to like really kind of like over stress yourself out with it, you kind of lose the fun in it. And I've done that before, I'm guilty. But like, have fun with it. Like, don't freak out if it's not perfect, and it's supposed to be fun. It's really it. And yeah, like I said, biggest tip is light and have fun with it.
Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
being
thank
on the
you.
show today. We so appreciate you coming
Thank
and
you.
making
Yes.
this amazing set
I'm
for
so
Kirby Star
happy.
Allies for us.
I was so happy to be on. It was a pleasure being with you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna play with more figures after we turn the
Yes,
camera off.
we're
so,
gonna have a party afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
And then if people are looking to see your work and where to find you, where can they go?
Captain Dangerous on Instagram would probably be the #1 place you can find me.
Well, we'll put that in the comment or in the description box below, so you guys can click over and
Yes.
check out more of Captain Dangerous's amazing
Yes.
work.
Thank you.
All right, we are gonna wrap it up today. Thank you so much for watching, and remember,
Nintendo Minute is never a minute.
see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.